Okay. Hey everyone, I'm back. I'm back for everybody. How's it going? So if you were here a second ago, I was doing a test to see if all my equipment was working, and it's been so funny. Caretoons and I have been working really hard to get um, this office set up for me to stream, and I started streaming, and there was so much glare coming from this window that it was like blackening out the front. I have a nice big light on me right here, and it was doing nothing because all the glare that was coming in through that window was just awful. So here I am. Um, this is something new. I normally stream and you guys don't see my face. That's just the way I was streaming beforehand. I didn't see my face, but we wanted to set something up a little bit fun, so you guys can at least see me. So I threw up. I tried. I found a nice big quilt to put over this, and I think this works. It blocks it out for right now. And so there we go. So the first my first 5 minutes of me streaming, I'm talking about a quilt over over my bedroom window. So it does seem to be working. It does seem to be working. I think that works. So hey, what's going on, everyone? Man, I have so much to talk about. God, I can't remember what it was like. It's been a year. It's been a whole year since I last streamed, and just there was so much awesome stuff that happened in the year. I went and worked at Warner Brothers. It was, that was an awesome, like, I don't know where to start. Like, there's so much to talk about. Regale us with your tales of Warner Brothers. Yeah, it was really cool. I worked the show I was working on, Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs, is not out yet. It's going to be coming to the Boomerang streaming app, probably next year sometime. And it's all been announced, so I can at least tell you the title of it, but I can't tell you anything that's going on in the episodes I boarded for or anything like that. So you guys just have to watch the show when it comes out and tell me how good or bad you think it is. But yeah, it was man, that was a crazy cool experience. And I do some drawing while I talk about it. Say goodbye. Well, actually, let's start a new file. Um, so yeah, yeah, if anyone remembers from last year, I had gotten the test, and the whole show is done in Adobe Animate, and so the storyboards that we were doing, like the stuff that it was so funny because the stuff that I was doing on my streaming channel, with Project Plum, who I'll draw some Project Plum because I haven't drawn Plum in ever. I haven't drawn Plum for forever. Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting all these awesome characters that I had. Um, it'll show because I don't remember how to draw her. Yeah, I was doing all that storyboard practice that I was doing, with in Adobe Animate was like the perfect practice because it was like this was the kind of work that they were doing on this show. We were doing storyboard animatics, and it was like just like the perfect practice. Like it was just um, yeah, like the perfect thing I could be doing um, for the show, and I think that's what helped me get that. Oh, someone's calling. Well, you're an 800 number. I don't want to talk to you. Um, and so what happened was is that when I went in, I got brought on for a 4 week, basically just like almost like an in-house contract job. And I got in there. They handed me a script. Said, "Here's a computer," and I started to get to work. I got to work on the storyboard for this first episode of mine. I have not drawn Plum in a long time. This doesn't even look like her anymore. What was I talking about? All right, so yeah, so I got to work. You know, I was originally brought on for 4 weeks, and I started working on this storyboard. I had a month. You know, I had 4 weeks to get this first board on, and to get this first board going, and I started to work on it, and I got it done, and they said, "Great, do you want to do another one?" And basically, what happened was, yeah, this job that was only supposed to be for 4 weeks at the beginning, I ended up being there a whole year. And I had just the greatest time there. Like, I met so many awesome people working on that show. Caratoons is working there now. She's another awesome person that's on that show. And it was just like we just had like the best time. Like, you know, I think that's the saddest part about not working there right now is just because I worked with such awesome people. But like I still see them because Caratoons is still there. So it's not like I'm never gonna see them again. But yeah, I mean it was a fun show. It was some fun people I worked with, and I just had so much fun. Like it was the greatest time. Like, and I learned so much about storyboarding. I learned so much about like how these productions work, like what goes on. You know, it was just the best learning experience just being on a show like that. And like I mean, I don't even have like a prepared statement. I'm kind of just talking about like what happened and stuff. And yeah, it was a ton of fun. I had um like it was I almost got hey, what's going on? TR the Animator and Chaos Tune, welcome back. Good to see you guys. I'm just talking about my year at Warner Brothers, um, and how much fun I had there. There we go. This is kind of looking like Plum. I know there was something about her hair that I'm forgetting here, and it's like she didn't have I don't think she had things coming off her like that. I'm getting too like she had like a little bob. She had a little, you know, curl that fell on her face. I haven't drawn these characters in a while. What's going on, guys? Great to see you again. I know Chaos Tune has been hounding me this whole year. Like, when you gonna stream again? When are you gonna stream again? Like, all right, man, I'm streaming. I'm streaming again. Here I am. Chaos Tune says, your style has changed a bit. It actually has. It actually has. Like I think the style that I was doing. See, I don't know. It's like style is such a fluid thing. Um, like the cool thing about the way that we were doing the boards there, and I'm not gonna draw the characters, but it was like like we were drawing everything like you know everything could be super simple. Um, um, you know I could you know like just my way of drawing the characters, you know, was like everything was super rough, but I kind of learned how to be rough and like I guess more clear at the same time is kind of like what I learned. Like if I was gonna draw Plum this way, it would be something like this, you know. And she doesn't have a dress. She's got like her flight jacket on, you know. And I could get away with style sort of similar to this. Um, so like this, like it was fun, and I mean there was so many. Everyone else was drawing in like their own versions of the show, and you could like it was a point where um uh there was a point where I could I could kind of recognize whose who drew what board just by looking at the style of it, because everyone kind of drew in their own unique style, which was kind of a refreshing thing to see, at least on this show. I know other shows are different, and that's one of the like it was kind of like a misconception I think I had about working in the industry, is that like you think you know you kind of get this idea in your head that like all the shows are working the same, like they all adhere to the same expectations and the same standards, and it's not true at all. Um, oh Taylor! Oh Taylor! Oh dude, what's going on, man? I was like TR the animator. That sounds like someone familiar. What's going on, man? How's things going, man? Good to see you. What was I saying? Yeah, like this show had its own set of rules, and it's kind of cool because like I'm kind of used to that. Like when I like my time working in games is basically the same thing. Like every game studio, every game project that I was on was all done um differently, like the way, like whatever engine they used, or however the programmers or software designers needed things produced, and to get to needed their files done or set up, and was all different depending on depending on whatever they needed. And it's kind of similar in animation productions. Like there's like I'm waiting to hear back from another show that I might go work on, and they have a similar process to the one I was just on, but it's still different. And they have different deadlines, and they have different ways of working, and different ways of communicating, and it's all different. So um, you have to kind of be malleable in your what you want to do and how you want to work it and stuff. Um, hey, Hey, Zomond, what's going on? Yes, I'm streaming. I'm up. I'm back. I'm streaming again, and talking and trailing off into thought. Let's see. I haven't been reading the comments here. Chaos Tune talked with Tucker at Nick and a while back, and he said they make them storyboards with Sharpie markers to keep clarity. Oh, it's awesome. And like I said, they do things differently. Like I know, like their boards. My friend who's on SpongeBob, like I mean, I don't even know, because I guess I can't say I don't really know, but like they have their own process of doing boards, and let's see here. No. Plum Plum's got fists. She's got fists on her hips, cuz she is like, yeah, do the Wonder Woman pose and stuff. Zomont says, "How is everything, man? Every Zomont, everything is great. Um like I'm just finishing up a year at Warner Brothers working on the Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs, and just talking about it with everyone, just kind of sharing the experience. I kind of became I got really lucky. So I'm trailing off. I'm going all over the place in my story. I'm excited to be back streaming, you guys. This is fun. It's been a while since I've streamed, and I forgot how much fun this is. Um, yeah, like so what happened was is I got brought on for a 4 week stint. That's all they told me. They just told me, they bring me on for 4 weeks. I got done with the first board, and they said, hey, you're done with your first one. You ready for your second one? I said, yeah. So they gave me the next script, and I just kept working. It was about um, January. January, they let me and another art board artist know that February, beginning of February, that would be our last board. We'd be done there, and I was bummed out about that. But at the same time, I like, hey, this was only supposed to be a 4 week stint, and I've been here for now like 4 months. So hey, um, like that looks that's great. I'll take it. This has been an awesome opportunity. But then what happened was is the way they were doing the show is they would the board artists would get a script, and we would take 4 weeks to work on it, and then the boards would go to the showrunner, and he would get a pass on it, and but that would be after the directors would get a pass on it, and the directors, they finally got all the directors together for the show, and the workload that the directors were getting was just too much for them. Like they just got too much. Oh, I should draw. I'm gonna draw Winston. So let's move adorable Plum over here. Let's draw Winston. Um, like What was I? Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, the directors would get a pass, and then they would show that off to the showrunner. The idea being was that the directors would tighten the board. So the like, think of it like, um I guess an analogy would be like multiple sculptors taking a pass on a sculpture, and like just trying to keep reforming it until it got to the perfect, until they got it to where they wanted it to be. That's kind of the best analogy I can think about it. Like every pass would add on to it, so the board artist would build up everything, and then you tweak it along the way. That was the idea. And so the directors were saying, like, we've got too big a workload. Yeah, Zomon, absolutely right. It's like a reverse telephone. Like, instead, like everyone gets a pass, everyone adds to it. And so what they did was they said, we need like a revisionist, we need like a floating board artist, just someone to help take load off of us. And so they said, oh well, hey, let's. One of the directors said, hey, let's have Bill do it because Bill's doing good boards. So that's what they did. I got to stay on. And this was luck. I mean, I was doing a good job, but a lot of it was luck, and I got to stay on, and that's what I was doing for the majority of the time I was there. I was doing, I was kind of like, to say a revisionist role is too simple. I mean, that's probably what it looks like on paper, but it was like, I was like almost like an assistant director, because I would get, a lot of times there'd be boards where we'd have to reboard a whole sequence, or we'd get notes down from the showrunner like, oh, I want it to look like this, and it would be, and that was the and that would be the case for it. There'd be sometimes a lot of work to do, um, uh, or there'd be not that much work to do, but there was, I mean, our jobs as board artists were big. I mean, we had a lot to do. We had, because we were doing really tight, like animatics in a way, and so there'd be timing issues. Sometimes there'd be posing and acting, maybe even some like staging things. A lot of times it'd just be like, you know what, we want this to go a lot quicker, or we want to just like change the way this whole scene runs. I like to liken it to like there'd be heavy surgery. That was my line. I'd be like, oh, it's good. There's only light surgery that needs to be done in this. So I would do that's what my job was, and it was fun. I mean, I got to work. Like I missed doing boards. Like I wanted to go back to doing boards, but this kind of like presented its own unique challenge. Hey, what is up, Bat Monkey? Welcome back, welcome back. Good to see you here. What was I talking about? Yeah, like the job presented its own like unique challenges. Like it wasn't, at first, I'll admit I was a little bummed, because I was kind of like, oh, maybe, I want to go back to boards. I really want to do boards, but then it was like, I kind of realized what I got to do, and it, like, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't want to call it a revisionist, because in my head, like, and it was stupid of me to think this way, but calling it a revisionist, like I said, it wasn't completely a revisionist role, because a lot of times I had to reboard whole sequences, and a lot of times, and the directors knew, because I had done boards, it was kind of like, just take it, redo it, let's see what you come up with. And that's what I got to do, and it was fun. I had a great time I got to work and I learned so much about like how I was working, stuff about like process, just like um I mean, I can't even say it. There's so much that I just kind of absorbed and learned, and I got to work with some awesome people, and I hope I get a chance to work with them again. Either maybe if that show gets picked up again, if they need more help, or maybe in another production in the future or some other place. I got to work with some amazing people, and I think that's like the best part about this industry, about working in it, is that mostly everyone you work on it is like just the coolest, nicest people. Like everyone's got I don't know if it's because we're all artists, we've all kind of like got like a shared oh hey, 100 bits from Cartoons. Let me see if I can bring up Das Purr. I got Das Purr ready to dance. Bam, there he goes. I forgot about. I don't have any of my stuff. I've completely forgotten. I need to set up like my air horn and all the stuff I had set up beforehand. But oh my gosh, it was just the best time. I had so much fun working there. Um, get the kitty dance going. I know there was another one that we had, but I don't have it right now. I don't know where the file is or something. That's not to get all that set up again. Um, there's some work to be done, but oh my goodness, like my brain's all over the place right now. I'm having too much fun. I'm having too much fun. Um, I guess is I guess is what my problem is right now. I'm having too much. It's oh my god, I can't tell you like how much I've been thinking about wanting to do streaming again, and I'm happy to be back. But oh my goodness, I had too much fun last year. I'm having too much fun this year. Um, the project that I'm going to have that I'm planning to work on is a joint production that Karen and I are working on. So I'm gonna kind of sadly I'm gonna be shelving um, Plum for a while. Um, cause I have a because Cartoons and I have a project that we've been wanting to work on for forever, and I just cannot get this pose right on Winston. So you know what? Let's get rid of that and let's keep the head because I cannot get that pose right. So anyways, yeah, the project I have that I'm going to work on for the streaming is a project that Karen and I have been wanting to do for a while. It's based off of a pitch that we made to Nickelodeon a long time ago, and with our recent experience working at Warner Brothers and kind of seeing like how the sausage has been made, like it's like, and plus after our experience in 2017 of or 2016, no, yeah, 2017, of producing our own vignettes and stuff for USC. It's like we know what we're doing. Like we have, we can say that with some confidence that we kind of know we kind of got our shit down. um and we're planning on, we're going to produce some of our own short and original programming, and we're going to be basing it off of these characters that we created for this pitch idea. There we go. Winston is dancing up and down. He is excited. He wants to see all the cool stuff that's coming. He can't wait. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna be working on. I'm probably gonna be doing. I'm gonna be working on more storyboard work, um, and stuff for that. The cool thing is, one of the cool things that we had about working at Warner Brothers is we got to see our production was um, right next to the new Looney Tunes that they're making. And they had right next to our break room was their board pitching room. And it was always fun to kind of go in there and you'd see all these ideas that they had up on the wall. Like, I can't even tell you them all. I'd probably get in trouble. But they had some amazing ideas for all these different Looney Tunes shorts that they're producing. And one of the ways that they did it, and I think, and this is a totally genius way, and we're totally stealing it, is they would start with a sketch, or they start with like a very basic, simple idea, um, and they would sketch it, and they would kind of just build on it from there, and that's kind of what would and the comedy kind of built around from these just sketches and ideas, and we were like, oh, doy, that's kind of how we want to do what this new project we're going to work on. So we're going to start off with visual ideas, like explore it that way, and then cohese it around, then create the script and dialogue. But it's all going to start from these hilarious images and stuff. Let's see. I've been ignoring the chat. What's going on with the chat? Let's see here. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit here. What have I got here? Cartoons with the bits. Awesome. Bat Monkey came in late. That's all right. Yeah, Chaos Tune. I need to get the soundboard. I had my horn and soundboard. I gotta get that going again. Let's see here. Fun is good. Yeah, fun is definitely good. One of the things that I learned, and I kind of like, and it kind of goes with some of the stuff I talked about when I was streaming before, is like there's a lot of like what's going on in these productions and stuff. I don't know, like you gotta keep like a good mindset. Like, there's so much going on. The reason I got let go was a budget reason. And it's so easy to kind of like get angry about that, but I didn't want it because I knew like the production people I worked with were amazing. Like they were the nicest people. They were very open and you could talk to them, and it was great. And so it's like the power I had was to choose how I wanted to look at things. And it's hard because you want to get sad and you want to get angry when something like that happens, but at the same time it helps to have perspective on what they're doing, on what's actually going on. And and part of that is having fun, like having that positive experience and making it fun for everyone. And I think that was my biggest takeaway from it. It was kind of like, because I've been saying that for a while, but it was kind of cool to kind of see it in action, like how that sort of like, you push out that positive experience on to the out there, and it kind of comes back. It's not I'm getting too hokey now, but I don't know, I had such a good experience, and I think part of that was because I was just having so much fun. I mean these characters were I'm not going to draw them right now, but like it was basically, I felt like I was drawing my kids all day, like it was, the characters are tiny, a little girl and a little boy, and I'm like, oh, I'm just drawing my kids, having fun adventures, doing hilarious things. And how is that not hilarious? How is that not fun? How is that not a good time? Let's see here. What else is going on in the chat? Let's see here. Let's see. Where I left. That sounds great. I'm excited to see what holds for the future. Chaos Tune, salute. Would be honored to be on the team again. Yeah, definitely Chaos Tune. I would love to. Chaos Tune, he was our animator on the USC projects, and he did a fantastic job. I was actually able to it was Chaos Tune and I can't remember their names, but Yugi Mation and his brother, they were all animators for our USC project, and you guys did A fantastic job. I would love to bring you guys on again for any project. You guys did a wonderful job. That's kind of like it's part of like one of those things like you work with people who are not only your friends but also like get stuff done and do a good job, and that's where that's what you remember from these things. So there we go. There's 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 the characters I drew for a year. I drew my kids for a year, and I had so much fun. Let's see here. Um, Trash Maiden, welcome. Is it still Halloween? Because I'm seeing friendly ghosts, formerly spooky. Spooky J, what's going on, Spooky J? Oh my goodness. I hope there's gotta be a story behind a name change like Spooky J and Trash Maiden. I can't wait to hear I can't wait to hear what that is. Oh, there's gotta be something good there. Bat Monkey asks, "Are you allowed to tell us the show you worked on? What about?" Yes. I worked on Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs, and it's hopefully, as Cartoon said, it's hopefully coming out next year. I don't know if it's going to be on Cartoon Network, but it's definitely going to be on their Boomerang streaming app, which I think Warner Brothers is like Warner Brothers is making a lot of productions right now. Like they really ramped up their animation. I think because they're kind of making themselves out to be like everyone's production company. Like the one of our directors went to go work on Animaniacs, and that's all going to be on Hulu. So all that, so like they're like that's what Warner Brothers seems to be doing. They're kind of setting themselves up for um to be streaming everywhere. It's gonna be interesting because as I agree with you, Chaos, like all these streaming services are like wait a minute, I switched over to cable because it was easier. I've got Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon, and Hulu's kind of getting there where I'm like maybe I don't want to get them anymore because so many commercials. But I really want to watch Animaniacs when it comes out. So, eh. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. The kids watch a lot of Teen Titans, and I watch a lot of Teen Titans. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, like if all these companies are gonna have all these streaming services, what? I don't know. We'll have to see. It's interesting times. It's definitely interesting times. Let's see here. Hi, Bill. It's Sarah from Sketched. Oh, hey, what's going on, Sarah? It's great to see you talking about working in industry. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, and we got more bits. Thank you so much, Trash. I'm. Oh, that's gonna be hard to get used to. Trash Bean. That's hilarious. Thank you so much, Spooky J. It's gonna be I when Adobe Animate switched over from Flash to Animate for like years, I was still calling it Flash and then correcting myself. So I'll probably do the same thing with your name. Let's see here. Chaos Tune. Someone needs to make a cable package for all these sites. Uh, I don't know. Maybe I need to watch less TV. But at the same time, it's like it's crazy because all these productions are opening up. Like Netflix has got it. I don't know. It's like it's exciting times, but also like it's exciting times to be working, and not so exciting times for being a customer. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it comes in. That's me talking. I guess business. I don't know. But actually, yeah, one of the cool things that Caretoons and I are doing is we're starting our own business. Because we're gonna be looking at doing these we're looking at doing this original content. That's what we're doing. We're gonna be doing we're starting up our own production company. And we put off the application a couple weeks ago, so we're just waiting to hear back from that. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to be doing more of our own work, getting our own things out there. Let's see, if I'm drawing Karen Karen's got longer hair than this. I'm not thinking about my sketch here. Karen, if I'm drawing you cartoons, if I'm drawing her, she's got longer hair than that. There we go. Well, we're gonna be, but since we're gonna be business people, we gotta have like the, like shirt collar, um, blazer, like we're doing a TED talk or something like that. Hey everyone, we're Chickpeas Productions, and uh, so, I mean, I'm excited about it because it's like, with everything that Karen and I have learned from both working at Warner Brothers, um, like it's like we can do this. We know we can do this, and I think we can make some awesome things with it. So, um, like that's our plan. It's like we're finally making a chance. Now I still want to work. Like I still gonna work. I still want to get I still want to work jobs. Um, I still want to like I'm hoping, like I said, I'm waiting to hear back on maybe some jobs that I took tests for with some other companies. I'd still love to work there, but I think now is our time to put our money where our mouth is, and show what we can do. Make our own content, get it out there, and I think we can make some really cool, fun stuff. And so that's what our plan is. Let's see here. What we got? Chaos Tune says somebody's making. I already talked about that. Trashman, it's all good. You can still call me Spooky J, just like the good old days. Oh, good. Oh, good. That's good to hear. Let's see here. Chaos Tune, I'll man the con booths. Bill talks. Thank you so much. Let's see here. TR the animator, need an employee. I don't know if we're there yet. If we need some contract work, we'll let you know. But I think it's employees, man. We gotta see what happens. Bat Monkey, does Cartoon still work with others? Yes, she does, and she already said that. She's actually there right now. I can talk a little bit. Yeah, I was working in the storyboard department. And I can talk about how Karen got on the show. I was working in the storyboard department, and one of the cool things about our show is it's animated. Half the episodes are animated in house, which is kind of a a really cool thing to happen. And what they were asking us is like, oh, do we know anyone who's an animator? And I was like, well, I know someone who's an animator. And I recommended Karen for the job. And our line producer, was saying like, oh, she looks like she's a good animator, but does she have any experience doing like hand drawn animation? And I said, just send her a test because I know she's good. Just send her a test. And they sent her a test, and she got on. She rocked it. She rocked the test, did really good on it, and she's still there, and she's doing a fantastic job on the show. I think I can't. You guys are gonna love this show when it comes out. I mean, I know I'm biased for it, but it's a fun show. Like. All the dinosaur characters are hilarious. It's mostly about it's focused on like Pebbles and Bam Bam, but it's like I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. I don't know how much I can really describe the show without giving too much away, but it's a fun show, and it's adorable. I think you guys are gonna love it. Give it a good chance. Like it's so funny when they finally announced the show on when they did like an online announcement, like they finally did a press release. We could finally talk about what we were working on. It's so funny, like the story of the show got buried, kind of like it was announced and there was only one image that got released about it. Um, and it got kind of like, because they're working on a new Scooby Doo cartoon, and that's what kind of got like the headline. But they showed like artwork from like the last Scooby Doo cartoon because they didn't have any artwork from the new one that they're coming out with, and and so all the focus seemed to be on what's up with Scooby Doo, even though it was old news. I don't know. So, anyways, our show kind of got buried, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because it was right after the new Thundercats came out, and everyone had their reaction to that, and so it's kind of like, I guess I'm maybe we're glad that no one saw that our show was announced or something. I don't know. It was an interesting moment. It was interesting to say. It was kind of like, it was a little bit of a bum, like, oh, we didn't get noticed, but at the same time it's like, well, you know what, people will people will decide what they want. People will like it. People will decide when it comes out. But having worked on it, I think it's gonna be hilarious. Like, there's a lot of good stuff in it. Let's see here. What we got going on in the chat? So Zomai, that's awesome. Congrats, Caretoons. Awesome. Yeah, no, Karen's doing a great job there. Sarah Davis Art. Do you think it's better to have a well-rounded skill set or be good at a specific thing? Oh, you know what? That's a good question. Um, that is a really good question because when I was trying to transition over from games, um, one of the things that worked well in games is because like when I was going from like game company, and Karen, and this worked for Karen too, is like on our resume it would be like, oh, we can do this, we know this, we've worked with this program, this software, I can do this and this and this, and that was seen as a good thing because in games a lot of times you go work at a game company and you just receive the title of artist or animator, excuse me, or hiccuper. You'd get those. That would be your title, and then you'd be doing everything from character design, prop design, asset layout. You'd be building everything, editing everything. There might be elements of um, graphic design, editing, sound design. There'd be so many things that you would do in that role. When I was transitioning from games to television work, what happened was I had a friend of mine say, "Oh, if you're applying for a storyboard position, don't tell them everything you can do. Just focus on that you're a good storyboard artist." And that made sense a little bit because that's who these studios want to hire. I need someone who's a storyboard position, and if I was like, and if I was thinking about it, if I'm staffing up for a team, I don't care if a storyboard artist can do character design. I want him to be, or him or her to be, the best storyboard artist, and I don't care what else they can do. And so that mentality kind of makes sense. And so I focused when I was applying. I focused on, just storyboards because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do storyboards. But when I got into the jobs, um, it was interesting when I got into the job. Like the first job I got for a show was I was doing freelance, and the director told me like, oh, it was a CGI show, and they told me they really liked that I had an animation background, and that my drawings were cartoony, and they said they wanted that because that's the sort of essence they wanted in the show. Because even though it was a CGI show, they wanted it to be cartoony, have like a 2D feel to it, and so when I applied, and that's what I applied to it, and so it's kind of like I knew storyboards, but because I had a background, it like was better. And then having worked on this show, having worked on Yabba Dabba, where we were doing animatics that were they were animatics. We even had to do add sound effects and do timing. It was close to animation, so that animation background again helped me. Also, knowing how to do editing and sound and timing and all that stuff helped me. Now that goes into a bigger discussion that's currently going on in the union about like, well, what goes into a storyboard artist and stuff like that. Um, I think it's I'm trying to go back to answering your question, and I think it's good to have. I think it's good to have a well-rounded skill set. To to it doesn't hurt to not. It doesn't hurt to know how the whole process works, so that you can step outside and have that perspective, so that you know where you fit in and what's happening down the line. Like, oh, I can do a storyboard and I can set it up so that when the next person who looks at, who's the director, or who's doing the timing, can make that easier for them. That's a good thing. But you're applying, it makes sense to just be like, I'm this. But it's interesting because of the way technology lets us do multiple things. It's like, yeah, it's I don't know what that's going to turn into, because everything's in a transition right now, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because the technology lets, like, my knowledge of being able to edit, do sound effects, animate, set up an animate file, do all that different things, gives me that ability and lets me do that role and get that job. But it's becoming a contention because the roles are blurring, and I think it comes down to expectations. And I think if we, because like I said, it's a complicated thing. Um, I don't want to get on to other questions, but basically, I think personally, I think yes. If you have a varied skill set, that's awesome. When you're applying, though, apply for that position. But like I said, be learning. Be learning things. Be expanding your perspective. Expand what you know, because that's just gonna help you. I mean, that's just what it's gonna work out. Um, so Sarah, I hope that helps. I hope that answers your question. I did say a lot, so I hope that works. Let's see here. Yes, Mike Milo is directing on that new Scooby Doo. He is a director on there. And he is awesome. I got to do lunch with him before I left, and he gave me some great advice, and a lot of good motivation. I owe Mike a lot, because it was his recommendation that helped me get that job, and he's just the super cool. He's just the nicest guy. Thanks a lot, Mike. If you're watching this, thanks a lot, Mike. Thanks, Mike. Let's see here. Zomont, hearing your stories is giving me a lot of hope, Bill. I'm still trying to get into internships for animation studios. I've only got as far as interviews for Cartoon Network studios, but didn't make the cut. But you're not giving up. Yeah. Keep don't give up. It's easy to get discouraged, and I have been discouraged. Trust me. I you're gonna get rejected. You're not gonna get told why you get rejected. Um, there's so like the thing to realize is that there's so much going on in a production. It's old advice, but it's true advice. Don't ever take it personally, because there's never anything personal about it. A lot of the times, a rejection might come off as cold and heartless, but it's never because of that. It's just because there's so much going on with the production. Production people who are in hiring positions, mostly the people who are doing hiring on a production, are the line producer and the showrunner. So it usually comes down to the line producer. That's the person who actually signs the paperwork, makes the decision, gets everything settled. But a lot of time, if the showrunner, whatever the showrunner wants, that's usually how they do it. The showrunner says, "Oh, I need this person. I want to bring this person on," and that's usually where it works out. In my case, it was because Mike recommended me, and they're like, "Oh, well, Mike's a good person." They're recommending that's why getting a recommendation really helps and counts in this industry. What was I talking about? but when oh, I lost my train of thought. It just went. um, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. Like just so don't give up. Don't get discouraged. The best thing that you can do is just keep following up, keep putting yourself out there. Um, uh, like what I'm doing right now. Put your work out there. Get it shown. Keep making a name for yourself. Like I said, because eventually you get yourself in front of someone who's thinking, oh, I know this person's work or I've seen this person's stuff. Go to portfolio reviews, go to places. If there's an event happening that you can go to, just go there and be a friendly, um, genuine person, and that's gonna speak volumes because I've been to so many parties, and I've said this before, but I've been to so many events and stuff like that, like a CTN or a drawing party. And if someone's there who's a professional, don't talk to them about what you're working on unless they ask. If they ask, oh, what happened? I got something happen. I missed that. I got a chime. I missed it. Did I get a subscription? Oh, well, if I think that's what happened. I'm supposed to, whoever that was, I'm sorry I missed it, but thank you. That was a brilliant chime. No, just like go there and just talk to people. Like just ask them, like ask how their day is, what things are going on. Talk to them about that sort of thing, because that's what, connect with people honestly. And that's what people remember. They remember people who are genuine. Yeah, as Bat Monkey saying, be all you can be. Oh, Caretoons just subscribed with Twitch Prime. All right. Woohoo, I got a subscriber. Woohoo. I mean, yeah, like, it just keep going, because the only thing you ever have control over is what you do and how you see things. So if you're not giving up and you're keep going, it's hard, but it's not impossible, and you can do it. I mean, keep going, Zomont. You can do it. I mean, being here and listening to me, I guess I'm just talking about my own perspective, but um, yeah, it's just getting out there and being out there, and that's hard to do, but it's not impossible. Let me keep reading here. Chaos 2. I've never applied to a studio. I've been 100% freelance your whole career. And you know what? That's awesome. I mean, the stuff that I've seen you talk about that you've done, Chaos, like, is awesome. I mean, like, I have a lot of respect for you. I mean, there's something about doing freelance work that, it's hard and at the same time rewarding in a way. And yeah, more power to you, man. That's the best. Sarah says, thanks, Cartoon is not really into character design, but I'd like to get into storyboarding. I feel like it's so competitive. It's competitive. It's weird. It's competitive, but it doesn't have to be. Like, it's bad to look at it as like a competition. Like I am not in competition with like Chaos Tune or you, Sarah. I'm not in competition with you guys to get work. Like, to say it's a competition is, like I said, is the wrong way of looking at it. It's more like it's like an audition. Um and people are looking for people who have the right fit. So the best thing that you can do is to focus on building the work that you do to be the best that you can do. Like, you can't. It seems like it would be like if you're trying to focus on becoming like this amazing artist that can do every sort of job, that's not going to work out. You can't be perfect for every job. That's impossible, and you're going to burn yourself out, and it's not going to be worth it. But if you focus on what you're passionate about, excuse me, I got a stuffy nose. Excuse me. If you focus on what you're passionate about, and you do what excites you, that shows up in your work, and then people who are looking for that, who are looking for, like my style worked perfectly for Yabba Dabba Dinosaurs. For this other show that I'm hoping to hear back from, my style is perfect for it. Um, it's what I want to do, and that's what I'm drawn to. And so I'm not focused on the other people who are also going to work there. If I get to work on that show, I can't wait to meet all the people that I get to work with, because that's going to help make me stronger, and I'm not in competition with them. I can only do what I'm going to do, and I don't want to interrupt other people's like that. And like the competition just breeds, like to look at it as a competition just breeds, uh, like it breeds negativity that doesn't help anybody. Um, and I don't mean to say it like, "Way to go, Sarah! Way to call it." No, it's easy to call it. It's easy to call it. It's easy to think of it as competitive, and so don't think like I'm telling you like you did it wrong or anything like that. But it just takes thinking about it differently, and at least like um, that's like the best advice I can give, because I've seen where uh, I've seen a lot of negativity in the industry, and it's like it doesn't do any good. It isn't worth it. It doesn't help anyone. But it just takes thinking about it and looking at, because like I said, the only thing you control is what you do and how you see. So in the end, it's up to you to go forward with how you look at it, and you always do your best work when you're looking at things in a positive manner. So, Sarah, you've been asking all these awesome questions, so don't feel like I'm picking on you. But yeah, that seems, I feel like that's working for me, and that's that. There's no Bible of Bill, but I feel like those are good ideas. Maybe, I don't know. But like more power to you. I wish you the best. I'm getting lost on these questions here. Let's see here. Where did I leave off? All right, here we go. I left off on this one. So competitive. Bat Monkey. I just want to do cleanup. I like taking the rough out animations and finishing them up. I think it's because I love details. Whereas roughing is so plain. Hey, you know what? If that's your thing, man, go for it. Go for it. Cause there's a guy I know who was the cleanup artist on She-Ra, and he did some amazing work on that show. They needed him for like promotion work and all this different stuff, and he did an amazing job on it. That's an important job. Um, let's see here. Zomont. I'm no artist. Just want to work around cartoons. I do public relations, marketing, communications. Oh, awesome. That stuff's important. Like having a love of cartoons and wanting to get into it. That's fantastic. More power to you, Zomont. I mean, marketing is itself kind of a creative endeavor. There's so much about storyboards and animation that's all about focused on how an audience perceives your work, and that's similar to marketing. So, I mean, I wish you all the best. Um, let's see here. It's okay. It helps to get this advice. Happy to help. Happy to give it. This is genius advice. Ears open, people. I don't know if it's genius. It's just this is just kind of like what I've seen, and what I've discovered. And I don't know if it's fully 100% true, because like I said, it's different perspectives, and this is just mine. But if like more power to you, everyone. Chaos Tune. Doesn't help that we're all emotional artists and we jump on a soapbox super fast. Yep, that is true. That is totally true. Like I said, there's so much it felt like about this job about that really helped if I had the right mindset. I got bummed because I was up. They told me I was considered maybe possible for um a director position, and I didn't get it, and I started to get bummed about that, but I realized there was, there's more I can do. And it wasn't so much that I didn't deserve it or not deserve it. It was more just like, well, it went to that person. I'm still here. I still have to do, I want to do a good job and learn all that I can. And that helped me refocus what I was doing. And it actually, I started doing better work because of it. My work really turned around because of that. And like I said, it's how you perceive what's happening to you, and you control that. You control your perspective. I don't want to get into like being like a self-help guru or something like that, but that's what worked for me. It really helped. Sarah says, I'm okay at caricature art. I can take it. That's true. There's a bit of grit involved in doing caricatures, especially doing live characters. Whoa, Doug E, what's going on? Good to see you in the chat. Good to see you. Bill's Bible has one main character, Alfred E. Newman. Oh, speaking of Alfred Newman, I got to do an awesome workshop thanks to the good people at Sketch. I got to do an awesome workshop with Tom Richmond, who does a lot of caricature artwork in Mad Magazine, and that was so much fun. Oh my gosh, I learned so much from that class. It was a great time. I just had so much fun. So I'm kind of up on an hour, so I think I'm gonna wrap up a little bit. Let's put some images up just to have something to show. So what my plan is I'm gonna start, because I was bummed that all my videos went away on my channel. So what I'm gonna be doing is I want to get this done real quick so I can start putting them up. I'm gonna put a YouTube channel up, and I'm just gonna upload these videos. I'm not gonna worry. I might edit out a little bit in the beginning, just so that I have like a uniform opening. But I'm just gonna put these up on YouTube, just so that they're available for people to see, and to look at. I have a whole backlog of ones from the previous year, but there's a lot of good stuff that I want to put. I fear I'll see what I'll go through those, and maybe I want to put it up there. But I don't know. I mean, I might just start fresh right now, and I don't want to look at that as a project to bog me down from this. So I'm gonna put up a YouTube channel. I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I'm gonna put these videos up, and yeah, like, so they'll be kind of there as like an archive for everybody. So hey everyone, thanks for coming. I had so much fun. I'll actually start getting to more working on some stuff. Probably after I'll be streaming again, probably around the same time tomorrow. Around 11 a.m. Pacific, or 10 a.m. I'll let everyone know through Instagram, or if you follow me on Facebook, I'll let everyone know that. So follow me on Instagram if you're not. Follow me on Facebook if you're not. I don't know if I'm getting my stuff on Twitter or not, so just Facebook and Instagram are the best ways to follow me. And yeah, I'll let everyone know when I'm streaming again, and I'll get that YouTube channel up, and this has been so much fun. I have so much fun stuff to talk about. I love talking with you guys. It gets me energized for the day, and especially with all the projects that Karen and I want to do, freelance work. I'm so glad I came back and started streaming again. This has been, you guys have no idea how much I miss this. Let's see here. Zomov, for future streams, creative doesn't exist anymore. What? Category is art, and since Twitch wanted to branch out categories in different genres. Oh, good to know. Yeah, I haven't looked at Twitch. I feel bad. I haven't looked at Twitch in a while. There's another Twitch streamer I know who's part of our Adobe Animate group. Maybe I'll talk with him, see if he's got any advice or anything like that. Because yeah, they don't have Twitch Creative anymore. Oh my goodness. So I just got to put it under category of art. Okay, I'll have to do. I have some work to do. I have some work and research to do. Yeah, this was great talking to you guys. Feel free to ask me any questions. I love talking about this stuff. This is so much fun for me. So again, good talking, everyone. I will see everyone later, and enjoy the rest of the week. I'll see you guys again. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye bye. And there we go. Goodbye, everyone.